Wow, we're back. This is part 2 of lesson 10. And I am really doing some coughing here. That's because I was playing with my toys on my desk here, and they were all dusty. Dusty. I'll show you one of my toys. It's like, hey, here's a mirror. Wow. There's the keyboard. It's over there, my little keyboard light. There's the camera. Okay, and then what fits here? A blue chip fits right there. Okay, you can't see it, but you could see that mirror. That mirror is not going to let anything get by it. Oh, it's dusty around here. But we get after it now and then. Or if you don't make a lot of fuss, the dust just gets to the floor and sits on stuff until you dust. All right, so this is from lesson 9. Actually, we're going to start picking it up here, and what we got here is the 7L, um, the 7L pattern from 9. Okay, so we got 3 4 5 6 7R 2 3 4 5 6 7R2. That's an S3S stacked on top of the S2L. Here's the S2L. Okay, which is excuse me, up here 3 4 5 6 7R. I could better explain this on the other chart. So we'll get there. And the S3S is your 7R2 5 6 2 3 4. This is a pattern stack. Now I do have it on the other chart. I'm not going to keep it from you. This is an intermittent chart that I made. Here they're separated. Okay, so this is the stack of 2 long. This is stack of 3 short. Okay, back to this. What we got here is this pattern here. This isn't 7L isn't a pattern stack, although it has part of the pattern stack on it. Okay, so we got S2L here and S3S here. If I'm going too fast, just bear with me. Just watch, because you'll learn. So this is part of the pattern stack, but then I also, since these things are interwoven, okay, how are they interwoven? They're interwoven because of, oh, I'm going backwards there. Do I have the diagram I want to show they're interwoven? No. No, I don't. Not on that one. Okay, well, this is the brand new diagram. Here they're kind of, you see how we got an S2L here and S2S, S3S here, S3S, S2L there. Okay, they're interwoven because they share this middle part, and that I call the core stack. All right, so the core stack is 3 6 2 5 root. All right, and anything to the right of that is like an S2 S3S. Anything to the left of it is an S2L on the top. Okay, so the core stack would be right here. In the middle of it all, there's a big S3XL. It's a stack of 3. That's what S3 means. Stack of 3, extra long, because it's even longer than the long one, which is 4 frets. It's 5 frets long. What happens if you go 6 frets? If you go 6 frets, you're practically at the same note. Okay? You're not at the same note. You're a perfect fourth. You're a perfect fourth. Okay? If you go like 6 frets plus 1 string up, then that's 12. You're at the same note. Hey, that makes sense. All right. See, math is involved. So there's that overlap. They overlap at the core stack here. All right, and I forget how we got onto that. This is just an old picture of the C. This was done in C. Where the guitar now starts here. The big fret nut with the cuts in it for the strings is right here. But my old guitar starts in C. I did that so I could play an E-shaped C on, and that's where I made a lot of my music theory advances, guitar theory advances. Oh, it's time to wake up. Well, that's good. Now I know how much time I have. Alright, so we're going backwards in time. I've done a lot of charts on this stuff. Alright, extended unwarped guitar fretboard without piano keys and all this stuff. And it looks very complicated, but it isn't. There's a theme in each one of them that comes through. Alright, so this is today's discussion, but we want to finish talking about this. So that was the pattern stacks there. Over here, we show the overlap. This right here, R52. Let's talk about the 7L thing. R5263. That's the core stack. I don't play that, but if I played it, it would be all fourths. Okay. Alright, now notice that you're not going to get that on your guitar unless you play a half step up on the top two strings. Otherwise it'll go. Sounds just like guitar tuning. Instead that's what that would sound like. So we know it's not warped. Warped, we call that, is tuned like that. So it's P4, 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 P3, then P4 again. This doesn't have the P3. It's all P4. So fourth here, fourth here, fourth here, and then instead of going to a third there, it goes another fourth. Why? Because I'll tell you why. I really honestly will tell you why. Okay, so what I'm saying is this core stack, before we go and look at the pentatonic, the pentatonic scale boxes that came before this. This is where this came from. Okay, before we do that, I just want to explain that. So down here is an S2L. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 R, and then up here is an S3S, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 R2. But guess what? The S3S shares two notes with the S3L, like this. Okay, they stack on top of one another. Here's the S3L stacks on underneath the S3S. So they stack perfectly on top of each other, but they're skewed. You know, they're skewed. They'll go on top of one another, okay? But then this one will have an extra note sticking out. That 7 sticks out on the S3S, all right? And therefore, when we stack the next S2L on top of it, it's moving over. It moves over. But they go like this, so they share. That's all I wanted to explain there. So they do share notes. They're interleaved. And that's what this pattern is. And that's how Cage works too. It always, the Cage system always shares notes. I wanted to tell you where all these patterns came from, okay? I know I'm probably gonna mess up. And this is the diagram for today. Alright? I just want to show you. Okay, here it is. These guys right here. Okay, one more click. One more click. Can't seem to get it sideways. Alright, we'll have to talk about them one at a time. You see these boxes here? These are pentatonic building blocks. They don't include the fourth